What up, people? Dante just recently released, and I finished building him and playing him a lot. And I figured I would share the build that I settled on and, like, the reasons why I settled on my different build choices. So, without further ado, let's get into it. First off, you'll notice that I have completely tricked him out with a bunch of Tower Forge shards. He definitely needs some cast speed because, like, 0% cast speed, Dante just is painful to play, quite frankly. But that's partially covered with Madurai anyway. Also, same for power strength, because Dante loves his power strength. That's what I've got going with all these different shards, just crank and strength. That's partially because we're using Roar instead of Noctua for slot 1. That took way longer to load than I was hoping. I found that Noctua is just ain't it, bro, compared to using Roar. Like, what Noctua actually does is it gives you a DPS book, and the book DPS is kind of whatever, so you can use it more usefully as a buffer. But this isn't actually that useful, I found. Like, the buffs are very helpful, but it's a pain in the ass to maintain every 20 seconds just to, like, make sure your energy economy is good. And I found that you can actually just use the actual grimoire and get most of the same effects without wasting an entire Helminth slot. I'm using the strength invocation on this guy because it's a 175% efficiency build. You'll see, despite how much I was just espousing loving strength, the strength here is not that high. That's because overextended is pretty much not to include. I have like a build here where I don't use it, but in my experience it's just a lot better to have a shit ton of range. And the strength is a little deceptive because that's just where it starts. Obviously, multi-augmented we got on deck, so that's 274%, which is real nice. But then, more importantly perhaps, we also have the Grimoire and Madurai giving us another 100% conditionally, only for 20 seconds apiece, but yeah. Like I said, you can get the 60% from this, which is quite nice. That helps a lot. And even more easily, you get the 40% from sling strength from just doing two chained slings. Well, I guess, yeah, one chain sling, two slings making it a chain. Anyway, and you also get power transfer on top of that for free, which just gives you 50% cast speed, which is really nice. You notice it. You definitely notice it. In fact, if you really want to min-max, you could just probably drop this shard and get another 15% power, but, because 50% is all you need, but I don't want to ever be at 0%. That is suffering. So I would recommend against it. But yeah, as far as, the reason I'm using 175% efficiency is because Dante is extremely energy hungry. I've tried a bunch of different things. Like, Noctua helps a lot because you can get the alt fire buff, which gives you 10 energy per second and 60% efficiency. I've also tried this 45% efficiency rate build, which uses, well, actually it's not 45% anymore, it's 75 now, because what I found is the best way to make this work is to use Streamline and then use an efficiency grimoire, so that way you can maintain like 135% efficiency, like with this. But I found that to be a huge pain in the ass compared to strength buff maintaining. It's much better to not really have to worry about your energy at all and like conditionally buff your strength than it is to have high strength and sometimes run out of energy because you forgot to maintain your energy buffs. So that's how I see it. With this build, you wind up getting the plus 60 from multi-augmented, like I said, and plus another 100 from the other two things. So you get way more strength than this says here. It's at like, what is the math for that? 274 plus, so it'd be at 374% total once everything is stacked up. And that is a lot, because Roar scaling makes your tragedy here do triple dipping on the strength stat, basically. It's already well known that slash procs double dip off of faction damage, which Roar gives you. So that means your Dark Verse, it both does more damage because of Roar, and the slash procs that result from it will do more damage because it scales off of the damage that it was initially done, and then it gets multiplied again by the Roar damage, aka the double dip. But that double dip doesn't work for Tragedy. Like, it doesn't triple dip from the faction damage for Tragedy because it doesn't like take into account the Roar version of damage when it's trying to basically it doesn't like double dip the Roar part and then convert it into a triple dip. It just sort of moves the double dip over to the proc from tragedy. I was gonna say triumph because triumph is on screen. Tragedy is the word. Yeah. Anyway, however, it's still getting a triple dip because of strength triple dipping. It's triple dipping based off of it's basically the same thing. The initial light verse, dark verse, it does more damage with more strength. The roar scales with more strength, and the final, here we go, damage multiplier from actually pressing tragedy also scales with strength. So all those things together, scaling with strength means if you buff your strength really high, you get a ton of damage. And it's like really every little bit counts. It's pretty much because of the triple dip scaling, like the more you can get, the more crazy it goes. Like the difference between 350 strength and 400 even is pretty pronounced. So every little bit you can get is really good. But like I said, yeah, you can get like way higher if you really try to crank it. Like this one drops overextended and just goes pretty much full strength. I mean, even then, I'm just using Cunning Drift instead of Power Drift. That's also a build consideration, by the way. You can use Cunning Drift instead of Power Drift here to really max out range. I found that 265 is actually kind of enough. Usually, you generally want to max range because I don't know if you ever heard a little thing called pi r squared. That's the calculation for area, and r is radius, aka range stat, basically. So your range stat gets squared when considering area. So there's a reason the devs have not put in more range mods in the game. Like the last one they ever added was Augur Reach. They are very hesitant to increase range, and that's for good reason, because if you get too high, it's really insane. But not with this guy, because Dark Verse is line of sight anyway, so 53 meters basically just makes it like slightly better than Peacemaker, like Mace's exalted weapon for actually hitting enemies. And then once you got them tagged, you just hit 4, and the absolutely insane radius of 80 with the 265 range is it'll do the trick. It'll kill everyone, especially when you got everything buffed up. But yeah, like I was saying, he really likes his strength. Efficiency, I found definitely the best way to go for energy economy, because this lets you be really spammy when combined with Arcane Energized. You can just really spam. It's much better than the alternatives. Like I said, this one here, I literally went for Steadfast and Energized at the same time, and like like this one's still kind of struggling, and you have to maintain the efficiency buff on your book for this to even work. You'll still run out of energy if you don't. And I don't like that. I'd rather have just really good energy economy baseline and then have conditional power strength buffs. Because a lot of times, like, you don't even really need all that much strength. You'll still be killing enemies just fine. And for the most part, it's more noticeable when you're, like, trying to kill, like, a Thrax or something really beefy that you need all this strength. For the most part, you're fine. Like, if your buffs expire with a 175% efficiency build, whatever. You'll just be doing a little bit less damage. And then you can just be like, oh, my buffs expired. If I want to do more damage, boop, boop. There you go, more buffs. But yeah, like I was saying, you don't need the Noctua. Just good old Grimoire is fine, because there's only 4 invocations you can get. 2 of them are energy economy, 1 of them is strength, and 1 of them is duration. You don't really need much duration, so having just strength alone on your Grimoire that's all you need. You might as well free up the Helminth slot and use Roar instead. That's pretty much, of course, in the Praetos, because they're just moving fast. You gotta go fast. But yeah, I'll do a little bit of a demo here, just so you see what's going on here. I'm not like explaining how he works, because I mean, y'all probably get it at this point. There's other videos for that. Oh, I forgot to turn off their AI. But yeah. And I'll pop my Roar, and then this is like without any buffs. Yeah. They'll die pretty well, but it works a lot better once you can get your buffs going. One of which is this, that's 40% right there. Another of which is this, which will give me 100% extra strength. And then they all died pretty well. That being said, I didn't kill those guys because they were out of the AoE. It's easier to tell what the hell is going on number-wise when I actually pause the AI. Alright, I think my buff's about to run out, and it'll be better to demonstrate that way. Alright, there we go. I still have... Okay. I should probably put Roar on anyway. So yeah, I have the 69% Roar without any buffs, and you're getting 23 slash here, and then it doesn't even kill him, which is unfortunate. But that's because I didn't have any of the buffs on. And as you'll notice, my multi-augmented is stacking, which is also increasing my power as we go. So if you get this for 40% and this for 60%, give it a second. Yep. Now when I roar, it's at 100% instead of 69%. Nice. And then, ooh, yeah, it did over 1 million on every single enemy there. And again, that's before even fully stacking it. Once you, I've played it enough to know that once you get everything stacked up and you have all your buffs on, your roar is at 112%. Exactly. And, which is really nice. It's very, very good for killing people. And yeah, like I was saying, the actual energy economy on this is absolutely nutty good. Usually you have a lot of energy problems with this guy, but not here. I don't know if you noticed the energy bar while I was doing that. Nothing's happening. Oh, wait. Alright, I was gonna say, it might be my Smita commit. But it doesn't appear to be the case. Now it is. Just proc the energy charm. Alright, well, whatever. Anyway, let's go demonstrate. I'm gonna put it in an actual game so y'all can see what the fuck is going on. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. Do that for 40%. This for another 60%. Pop this while we're waiting. Couple slashes on these guys, and they're all dead. Easy game. Easy game. Unfortunately, my cat still dies really easily, even with all this overguard. It's kind of sad. But it is what it is, I suppose. I also, yeah, I forgot to mention, I put a pistol ammo mutation on the Grimoire because a recent change made it so that it fills your alt fire when you do that. Also, I gotta get away from this buffing thing. It's not really a good test if I'm like misrepresenting it based off of the buffs. Nah, I should have. I didn't even. That was a terrible use of my Grimoire. I don't know. It usually fills really quickly anyway, so. Yeah. As you can see, like, fodder enemies don't need strength buffing anyway. It's really only necessary on the, ah, dang it, I keep going on this. Let me find a good room. That's still a pretty good room, but there's one tile in this map that's ideal. Hopefully we can find it. This is usually the extraction tile. Oh, what the fuck is this? What the hell?
Washed his hands of the Zeraman after the catastrophic jump.
What the fuck are you talking about,
He
bitch?
wanted all trace of her destroyed, including the survivors.
Someone with this put up thing. I don't think I've ever seen this tile, and it like prompted the lady to talk to me. Alright, whatever. Interesting. Interesting. Learn something new every day. Something interesting happens every time I'm doing one of these videos. Last time, it's that really weird Thrax bug where he just ragdolled invincibly. That was it. Oh, that's a dead end? God dang it. Yeah, as you see, like, Tragedy didn't kill all those guys because I hadn't hit them. You gotta tag them first with a Dark Verse. Once you do, they're super donezo. But until you do that, not so much. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can see why people are up in arms about Dante. I guess I forgot to mention Dante is getting a nerf. The devs have already confirmed it. They didn't say how they're gonna do it, and they tried to reassure people that, oh, he's gonna stay awesome, but I mean, this might be a quickly outdated video. I don't know. Depends on how they nerf him. Can't find a better tile. Oh well. This tile's still pretty good. There's one on this map that's really good that I tend to try and use for testing. I'm surprised I haven't found it easily. I usually find one very quickly. Yeah, well. Is this the same place I went before? The map stopped working here. It's a different spot, never mind. Just a repeat of the same tile. Peringe! But yeah, I mean, you know, you just pop your shit and you're good. Easy game, easy game. I should probably stop doing it. I don't even need 5 minutes to fucking demonstrate this, you know? If anything, I should probably do it in a void cascade or something. Oh yeah, I guess I should mention, you know, the other abilities he has. For example, the birds that just spawned. You just, I don't know, you just fucking don't need them. Overguard and room nukes are all you really need. The other one is the book Woodwarden, which just attacks enemies when you attack enemies, but it only does a little damage. Oh yeah, I should show how to kill acolytes too. Just apply the slash procs and let them cook. Just don't prop 4 until they're about to die there. Because for some reason, like, using your tragedy spell there, it only, like, does the damage of a single tick of slash proc. I don't know why. So just let them sit on slash procs for those guys. And it'll dismantle them pretty quick. Yeah, see, I've been lazy about maintaining the strength buffs, because just not really necessary at this point in time. Ow. I gotta... This is my least favorite part about testing here, is it gets screwed by this frickin' thing that just gives me way too much cast speed and strength. Yeah, see? That's cringe. I'm at 142% roar, which normally should not be possible, but that stupid strength thing makes it possible. But yeah, you just run around popping people. This is, again, why I really like the 175% efficiency build, because you just don't have to think about energy for the most part. You can be completely brain dead. And I prefer that, quite frankly. Let's let that stack. Oh, damn it. I dropped my fucking... Alright. Well, it's not going to be super representative, because I'm too high strength. And that guy... I couldn't do the cool thing, because the guy popped his... Oh, I'm invincible thing immediately. Yeah, see. They still die very quickly, though. Like, people being like, oh, he doesn't work well against eczema. That's not true. You just need more strength and roar. Trust me, buddy. Trust me. That'll do it for this demo, I guess. I think I've made the point pretty clear. When you stack up strength a ton, it'll dismantle even the heaviest of enemies, and you don't even need to do that for the fodder. I forgot that was a dead end. And I once again forgot to turn on actually sprint mode. No, the good room! No, we found the good room! Aw, man. At the end, we find the good room. Oh. Okay, yeah, I probably didn't get that many kills here, because I didn't have the good room. Oh, well. Oh, well. Let's get out of here. Yeah, for the record, that's the good room. If you have like a big AoE nuke frame, just go to that room. That's the one. It's also a lot easier to avoid the stupid fake buff when you're trying to like test things. I kind of wish you could turn off that Circulus like buff guy. Teshin Ghost, whatever. Oh well. But yeah, easy game. That should about do it. Hope you enjoyed the build. I don't think there's really anything else to say about it that I forgot. Get your strength shards on there, get some cast speed, Grimoire Matter, max out your range and efficiency, and definitely roar over Noctua, and start murdering kids, and, you know, overguarding kids. Alright, that'll do it. Peace.